Welcome to Stoneforge. Coach Steve will lead us through the workout for Thursday, June 25th. Today's warm-up will first begin with a cash-in. We'll either run for 4 minutes or complete 2 minutes of burpees followed by 2 minutes of jogging in place. Once we will return, we will then go directly into 12 lunges. We will lunge forward, touching knee to floor with each leg. Then we will complete 10 air squats as hip crease below knee crease and then standing all the way back up. Our third movement is the sit-ups. Coach Steve demonstrates with his feet soles together, shoulder blades back all the way to the floor, reaching overhead and then sitting up rapidly to touch the toes or directly in front of the toes. Then our final movement, which is the push-ups. Here we place our hands directly beneath the shoulders, squeezing our elbows towards our rib cage. We lower our chest down to the floor. We then press back to the up position. A slight modification would be placing the knees on the floor while still maintaining the straight body line. Once again, our warm-up is a cash-in followed by 3 rounds of 12, 10, 8, 6. Please pause the video here to complete your warm-up. Today's skill work is a 16-minute EMOM in which we will work for 45 seconds of each minute and rest for 15. The movements are first pistols or curtsy lunges. This will prepare us for the workout, so take the time to work on a progressive skill. Here Coach Steve first demonstrates the pistol or single leg squat. If we do not have a full range pistol, we could do skater squats, placing the non-active leg behind the active leg and squatting down as low as possible before standing back up. The final stage would be a curtsy lunge or a curtsy squat, where we again position the non-active leg behind the active leg, but here we keep the toe or the shoelaces on the floor and then stand back up. Following the pistols, we will complete 45 seconds of plank up-downs. Here we begin with a plank position with hands on the floor. We lower down to the elbows and then press back up to the hands. Here Coach Steve is demonstrating a full rep plank with toes to the floor. Here from the side we can see the straight body position from shoulders down to ankles. We could also potentially do this movement from our knees, just to maintain movement for 45 seconds. The third movement of each round is the bicep curls. Here we see Coach Steve using a dumbbell, but we could use a kettlebell or other household object like laundry detergent or otherwise suitably weighted. Here we see Coach Steve has completed 3 on one side and then switch and completes 3 on the other. The rep count is irrelevant, just try to maintain movement for 45 seconds. Our last movement is the hollow rocks. First, here is the full prescribed movement with hands fully engaged overhead and then feet off the floor. To scale it down slightly, we can bring those hands down to the floor and use that as a base as we rock up and down. To decrease some of that momentum and increase some of that range of motion, we can either grasp the knee or place the foot on the floor to complete the motion. Once again, our warm-up is a 16-minute EMOM, which will be 4 rounds of those 4 exercises. We will work for 45 seconds straight and then rest for 15 seconds before rotating to the next exercise. Please pause the video here to complete your skill work. Our WOD today is for time, meaning athletes should go through as quickly as possible. The exercises will decrease in reps as we continue through the movements. Our first movement is a squat to center. We will complete 120 of these, which is a very high volume, so take your time and break it up into sets. We will decrease hip crease below knee crease and then stand all the way back up. Our second movement is shoulder to overhead. Coach Steve first demonstrated a strict press, now a push press, and then finally a push jerk. Any method is authorized as long as the object starts in the front rack and then drives overhead to fully extended shoulders. and elbows. Our next movement is 40 sit-ups. Once again, we lie all the way back with our shoulder blades engaged to the floor, soles of the feet together, and touch our toes. Following the sit-ups, we will go directly into 30 T push-ups. Here we go all the way down, chest to floor. This time we extend the hands out to the side before bringing them back under the shoulder and then pressing to the up position. As always, we can scale this. Here we would scale it by going to our knees, still descending, completing the T motion, and then pressing back up. Next, we will go back and complete 20 pistols or curtsy lunges. As I said, we worked on these in the early skill work, so just continue to complete the 20 reps here in the WOD. Our final movement is 10 devil's press. We will drop down fully as in a burpee with chest and hips to the floor between our dumbbells. We will then jump back to our feet or step our feet up and then complete a double-handed dumbbell snatch. If we only have one object, we would complete the burpee just over top of, on, or next to the object. Then we would hop back to the feet and then drive the single object overhead. Again, our WOD today is 120 squat to center, 50 shoulder to overhead, 40 sit-ups, 30 T push-ups, 20 pistols or curtsy lunges, and 10 devil's press. This workout will be done 4 times, so athletes should move as quickly as possible from one exercise to the next. We hope you enjoyed today's workout, and as always, stay Stone Forge strong.